Have you ever heard a call you didn't want to answer? Maybe it was a nudge to apologize, or a whisper to help someone you don't like. For Jonah, it wasn't a whisper, it was a direct command from God. Go to the great city of Nineveh. Warn them. Tell them their wickedness has reached heaven. Time is running out. Nineveh, the capital of Assyria, known for cruelty. Imagine walking into enemy territory with a message of judgment. Terrifying, right? Jonah heard the call. He understood it, but his heart said no. His feet started moving, pattering on dusty roads but not toward Nineveh, the exact opposite direction. But Jonah ran away from the Lord and headed for Tarshish. He went down to the port of Joppa, found a ship bound for the farthest point, paid his fare, climbed aboard, trying to outrun God, trying to put a sea between him and his assignment, a desperate escape plan. Why did he run? Sheer terror, prejudice, or overwhelmed? Feeling small and powerless, he chose flight over faith. He chose the rocking of a ship over the rocking of a city. This is relatable. Who hasn't looked for a ship to Tarshish? Our Tarshish. Not a place, but a distraction. A bad habit. A stubborn refusal to listen. Scrolling instead of hard conversations. Holding a grudge instead of offering forgiveness. Life on the run is rarely peaceful for long. Out on the open water, Jonah might have felt a fleeting sense of relief. The call to Nineveh was a distant memory. He probably found a quiet corner below deck and tried to sleep, but you cannot escape the God who made the sea. Suddenly the sky turned a bruised purple. The wind began to howl like a wounded animal. The calm sea transformed into a churning, angry monster. A great storm sent by God descended upon the ship. It was no ordinary squall. It was a tempest with a purpose. Seasoned sailors were terrified. This felt personal. The ship groaned under the strain. They cried out, each man to his own god. They sacrificed their profits to save their lives. They were at the mercy of a power far greater than their own. Meanwhile, Jonah was fast asleep in the hold. How can you be sleeping? Get up and call on your God. Desperate, they cast lots, and it pointed to Jonah. The sailors looked at Jonah, then at the raging sea.
They asked, "What should we do to you to make the sea calm down for us?"
Jonah knew there was only one answer.
Pick me up and throw me into the sea. I know that it is my fault.
They tried to row back to shore, but it was no use. With no other choice, they prayed to Jonah's God for forgiveness. They hurled him into the churning abyss. Instantly the wind died down. The raging sea grew still. Filled with holy awe, they made vows and offered a sacrifice to the Lord. Jonah sank into dark, cold depths. Death seemed certain, but God had another plan. A great fish to swallow Jonah, rescued from drowning, imprisoned in darkness for 3 days and 3 nights.
In my distress I called to the Lord, and he answered me. From deep in the realm of the dead I called for help.
Inside the suffocating darkness, Jonah came to the end of himself. His running, his hiding, worthless idols, they offered no salvation. Only God could save him. But I, with a song of thanksgiving, will sacrifice to you. What I have vowed I will make good. Salvation comes from the Lord. The Lord commanded the fish, and it vomited Jonah onto dry land. The rush of air, the light, the feel of solid ground after a watery prison. Covered in seaweed and bile, but alive. Free. Given a second chance. The call came again. Go to the great city of Nineveh and proclaim the message I give you. The assignment hadn't changed, but Jonah had. This time, Jonah obeyed. He got up and went. You can run from God's calling, but you can't escape his purpose, or outrun his grace. Jonah arrived at the gates of Nineveh, a very large city, a place that took 3 days to cross, the powerful heart of a ruthless empire. This time, he didn't turn back. His sermon was short and stark.
40 more days and Nineveh will be overthrown.
No details, no 5-step plan, just God's warning. You might expect mockery or arrest, yet something extraordinary happened. The message pierced hearts. The Ninevites believed God. A fast was proclaimed, from the greatest to the least. The message spread to every home and every heart. Hard ground was ready to receive the seed. The news reached the highest office, the king of Nineveh. He humbled himself, rose from his throne, took off his robes, sat in the dust. A citywide repentance. No one, not even animals, should eat or drink. Let everyone call urgently on God. Let them give up their evil ways and their violence. Not a gesture, a deep change of heart and action. The decree ended with a flicker of hope. Who knows? The capital of cruelty became a city of contrition. And God saw. He saw their actions, their turning from evil. When God saw how they turned, he relented. The 40-day clock stopped. Judgment withheld. Grace given. Life resumed. Under mercy. The greatest revival in the Old Testament, from a reluctant runaway prophet. You would think this would be the happy ending. But Jonah was not celebrating. He was greatly displeased and became angry. He wanted a God of brimstone, not second chances, at least not for his enemies. Isn't this what I said, Lord? That's why I fled to Tarshish. I knew that you are gracious and compassionate, slow to anger, and abounding in love. A God who relents from sending calamity. Now, Lord, take away my life. Better for me to die than live. God asks, is it right for you to be angry? He sat to the east, sulking, hoping for destruction. God appointed a plant, a small mercy, and Jonah was very happy. Then a worm, a blazing sun, a hot wind, and Jonah despaired again. He mourned a plant he neither planted nor tended. You cared about the plant. Should I not care for Nineveh, over 120,000 people who cannot tell right from left, and many animals? God held up a mirror to Jonah's small heart to reveal the vastness of his own. God's final question hangs unanswered. The book ends there. We don't know if Jonah changed. We sit on that hill with him. He cared more for a temporary plant than a city full of people made in God's image. Heartbroken over a leaf, furious over saved lives. God exposed the smallness of Jonah's heart to reveal the largeness of his own. His compassion extends to everyone, even those who cannot tell their right hand from their left. We build walls, us and them, deciding who deserves forgiveness. We, like Jonah, get angry when grace shows up where we least want it. Do we resent an enemy's success? Secretly hope for their downfall? Do we care more for our comfort, our plant, than for others' eternal destiny? See the world through God's eyes. Let your heart break with his. Be agents of mercy, not just judges of sin. Running from God's call is futile, whether Nineveh or forgiving a neighbor. The storm, the fish, the questions. His loving pursuit to shape us to his heart. Gracious, compassionate, slow to anger, abounding in love.